Greetings everyone and welcome to the second episode of Season 2. We have a lot of things to discuss today. The episode will cover the events that happened between July 2016 and August 2016, so let's get started. The difficult situation in ILA made me abandon the TSN 2.0 project much quicker than I planned to. However, I was feeling considerably more prepared for a challenge like ILA after my experience with TSN, because I basically knew what I had to do in order to restore ILA to its best. A lot of ILA members went inactive during the last 2 months, so a logical move was to bring some new members to the team for the beginning, and so did I. Second important step was to bring some new members to the council, because besides me, everyone was either busy or lost the interest to invest time and work in ILA. Considering that the previous calls inside the team for council members failed, I've decided that I should bring someone who was not part of ILA at that moment. However, I didn't intend to bring someone that didn't know what ILA is all about. The idea that came in my mind was, what if I bring Jimmy and Sana back to the council? Next day I've contacted Jimmy and talked about the possibility of his return. Jimmy said him and Sana would return only if Julian quits his leader position and the council. Things got very complicated because I knew Julian wasn't intending to quit his leader position at that time. In that very moment I knew that this is not going to end in a peaceful way, and that I have to find a way to remove Julian from the council. Knowing ILA's big affinity for drama, me and Jimmy realized we had to act very carefully. It was crystal clear we couldn't have plotted against the entire ILA council, so we tried to convince certain members of the council to join us and help us remove Julian. Once we knew the majority of the council supports our intentions, we got to step number 2. In order to overthrow Julian, we had to remove him from our WhatsApp groups. Obviously, in order to do this, I needed admin permissions for the groups. I know we could have asked other council member to do the job for us, but at that moment me and Jimmy were very careful and wanted a perfect timing in order to avoid making Julian's removal garish. Getting admin permission for the main WhatsApp group was a piece of cake for me. I used a very simple trick. As I've mentioned before, I was recruiting a lot at that moment, so I simply asked Julian for that permission in order to no longer bother him with adding the new members to the group. Of course, Julian didn't hesitate for even a second and gave me the admin permission. Unfortunately, things didn't go that well with the permission for the council group, because it was known that only leaders have admin permission in that group, and Julian was the only leader at that moment. Hence, me and Jimmy decided that the best option is to ask our loyalists to quit that group after we kick Julian out of the main WhatsApp group and join us on a new council group. Everything was prepared for the final move of a revolution that changed ILA forever. On 27th of July 2016, Jamie and Sana were added back to ILA WhatsApp group and then boom. As expected, the conflict did not escalate. The only minor issue was that Joe insisted to let Julian back to the main WhatsApp group. He was allowed to come back on one condition: he will never claim a position in ILA Council. The new council has been formed with me, Jimmy, Sana, Joe, Yerzan and Mo. Jimmy and Sana no longer wanted to assume leader positions, so it was decided that me, Yerzan and Mo will be the official leaders of the team. There was no time to stroll around, so the reform started immediately after we took over ILA. It's been clear we had to make the team more attractive, so we mixed some old successful ideas with some new ideas. Yerzan created and managed accounts for ILA on social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook, regularly posting about achievements and new members or tournaments. Mo brought back the tournaments and also recruited many members. Jimmy was also involved in the recruitment of members. Recruiting so many members certainly revived ILA, but unfortunately this action had some side effects. When you open the door and invite any stranger that wanders along your house, it is very likely that something bad is going to happen at some point. For example, this guy proved to be a big cheater. More than that, he tried to steal Jimmy's account. Lately, we've also discovered that other members used MD and we had to remove them from the team, of course. It is clear that mass recruitment had these problems, but at that point we simply didn't have any other option. The council also started paying much more attention to the achievements of ILA members. We've decided that we will mention the members that finished in top 3 in the world in any official topic, and also notify special performances such as this one achieved by the Hunger Games players who simply dominated the top 10 of that topic. Diversity is always important in the leadership of an international group. Before August 2016, only European, Asian and 2 Egyptian members were part of the council. So, no wonder the team was having an unimpressive reach on US quiz-up players. Hence, we decided to look for an appropriate fourth leader.